Young lawyers, your people want you to connect with them. This is a show that answers the question how to get clients as a young lawyer. I'm going to share 7 ways to do that in this action-packed episode of the Inside BS Show. Hi there, my name is Dave Lorenzo. Today we're talking about how to get clients as a young lawyer. I've got 7 things you should do right now that are going to help you get clients as a young lawyer. If you're wondering where this question came from, it came from the comments in one of my other videos. I'm a young lawyer. I want to get clients. Dave, how do I do it? That's what you asked. I'm going to answer. Here we go. Step number 1. You've got to create a database to store everything you know about everyone in your life. Look, I know it's not sexy. The term database sucks. I wish it was something better, but you need a client relationship management system. You need a system to keep all the information about everyone you've ever met. Now, why do you need to know about everyone you've ever met? Why do you need to stay in touch with everyone you've ever met? Well, you don't know where your next case is going to come from. And your grandmother can't describe what it is you do. She knows you're a lawyer, but she thinks it's just like what she sees on Law and Order or the guy who goes to court on Matlock. She thinks you go to court every day, and then at the end of the day, you go back to your office and you drink scotch and you lament about the judge or the court or whatever the hell's going on. Well, we know that's not what you do every day, but your grandmother needs to be able to describe what you do. So you've got to communicate with her. You got to put her information in a database. Step 1, collect all the information about everyone you know, people you went to law school with, vendors who deliver stuff to your office, the people you connect with for your kids' socialization. Everyone you know goes into the database. And then step 2 is to communicate with these people frequently. Look, in your database, you're going to have all their social media contact information, and you're going to post information, educational information related to what you do. You're going to post it in Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on TikTok, here on YouTube. Of all places, you got to post social media videos, these type of videos on YouTube. That communication is priceless, but even more valuable than that is your weekly email newsletter. Now, I know what you're thinking, Dave, I don't want to send out email. I get email all the time and it's all spam and I dump it. That's crap, okay? Here's the thing. 10% of the people who receive your email will open it and read it religiously. You can even send links to your videos if you want. 10% of the people are going to read that information and they're going to devour it. Those are the people who are going to work with you. Those are the people who are going to refer you. You just don't know who those 10% are. So you've got to send email to everybody in your database. You've got to communicate every week at minimum on social media with everyone in your database so that they know you, like you, and trust you. If you do those 2 things, create a database, communicate with that database every week at minimum, if you do those 2 things, your business is going to explode. But I've still got 5 other things you can do. 5 other things you can do. Remember, if you've got questions about any of the stuff I'm describing, leave me the questions down in the comments. If you like this video and this video is going to help you get clients as a young lawyer, write "Hey now" down in the comments. Just write down in the comments, write the words "Hey now" because you're psyched about getting clients as a young lawyer. Okay, number 3, the third thing you need to do, white label your services. When you're a young lawyer, you don't have a lot of experience and you need experience in order to go out and talk a good game so that you can land new clients. So go to one of the most senior lawyers in town, somebody who's really experienced, and offer to do work for him or her, complicated work, at a discounted rate. Tell him that you're going to be his apprentice. You're going to work for $75 an hour on his most complex case. He's going to teach you what to do. You'll learn it, and then you'll have the experience. White labeling your services gets you the experience you need so that you can tell other people in the future that you have experience doing this complex stuff. Young lawyers sometimes are full of themselves. I know that's not you, but sometimes young lawyers are so full of themselves that they don't want to work for somebody else. They don't want to discount their fees so that they can be white labeled. Spend a year doing 3 or 4 different types of law by being the back office for somebody else, white labeling your service, and you'll learn 3 or 4 different types of law. I'm working with an intellectual property attorney right now, and he said to me, Dave, I'm 52 years old, and I wish I knew how to do trust and estates work because all my clients need trust and estates work these days, and I have to send it all out, and I'm missing out on money I could be making. I wish I could white label my services right now in trust and estates work, but nobody would believe I wasn't going to steal their client. As a young lawyer, you can white label your service, charge the other firm $75 an hour, even $50 an hour to do work that they're going to teach you to do as a contractor. You'll learn that work, and after a year, you'll be able to do it on your own. So that's the third tip for how to get clients as a lawyer. The fourth tip, as a young lawyer, you should always have at least one pro bono case going. You should always be doing a pro bono case, a volunteer case, to get experience in being in a courtroom. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Dave, listen, I'm a transactional lawyer. I don't want to go into a courtroom. I want you to have that experience, even if your pro bono work is doing research and second sharing a litigation case. Everyone needs to have the experience, even as second chair or research counsel, of going through a trial process. Do pro bono work as second chair or research counsel as often as you can. If you're a transactional lawyer, doing pro bono work for litigation counsel is huge. If you're a litigator, doing pro bono work for transactional attorneys is huge. Why? Because it's going to give you the breadth of experience you need, not only to do additional work or do other work in the future, but to talk about things from an educated perspective with your clients. You can't just be one-dimensional. Now, for marketing purposes, yeah, maybe it's good to focus on a practice niche for marketing, but from a standpoint of getting clients as a young lawyer, you need to be as versatile as possible. You need to be able to have conversations with people on as many different subjects as possible. So always have one pro bono case going outside of your practice area, again, so that you can learn. And that leads us to the fifth step. Second chair complex cases. You as a young lawyer should be begging to second chair cases for anyone at any time. As I said before, being research counsel in a complex commercial litigation case is going to be fantastic for you. I don't care if they only pay you $50 an hour. Research counsel will help you get the experience you need. So, second chairing or being an apprentice on some cases that you would never be able to get as a young lawyer is going to give you incredible experience. The sixth thing you can do to get clients as a young lawyer is educate people in a specific niche. You heard me mention a narrow niche. Now, some fancy people would say niche. I say niche. Educating people in a narrow niche is incredibly valuable for getting clients as a young lawyer. Here's why. If you go do educational classes for entrepreneurs on the trademark process, what it's like to file for a trademark, what it's like to get an office action, how to answer an office action, what marks are good marks, how to do research to determine whether a mark is taken or not. All of that is great educational information, and you can get that just from studying it. Doing educational videos or educational presentations like that will expose you to a greater degree of people, and it will increase your knowledge in a specific area. So what should you do? You should prepare these presentations and then run them by people who have experience in these areas for vetting purposes, and then go forth, do webinars, do videos, do in-person training events, educate people as often as you can, and they will be thrilled to bring you on board when they're ready to do the work. You're going to learn, and your practice will grow as a result. The seventh and final way to get clients as a young lawyer is videos, podcasting, and writing. What do you do on video? Exactly what I'm doing here. Teach people what you know. Anytime you teach, you deepen your knowledge. You also broadcast your message to the world. Thousands of people are going to see this video on YouTube. Thousands of people are going to see it on LinkedIn, and they're going to connect with me, and they're going to ask me more questions just like this down in the comments. Remember, how to get clients as a young lawyer came from the comments, so ask me your question down in the comments. Tell me what you want to hear more about, and I'll write about it. Doing videos for you is a great way to get get your name out there, get the word out about your law firm. The second thing you need to be doing is podcasting. Interview people on podcasts. Interview your ideal client on a podcast. Interview an evangelist, somebody who could refer your business on a podcast, and then send them a copy, and they will connect with you and they will stay connected with you. Make sure they're on your email newsletter list so they're getting email from you week in and week out. The third thing you need to be doing is writing. Write articles and offer them to industry trade journal publications. So if you want to work with cosmetic surgeons, offer an article on estate planning for cosmetic surgeons to the cosmetic surgeons trade publications. Just go online and Google trade publications for and the people you want to work with. Write articles and submit them to the editor. They always need content. They'll be thrilled to do it. I just gave you a mountain of stuff you should do to get clients as a young lawyer. You've been drinking from the fire hose, but if you want more, go watch this video now. The name of this video is Great Legal Marketing Strategy. It's an advanced step-by-step guide to getting clients as a lawyer for your law firm. Watch Great Legal Marketing Strategy right now. Watch that video right now. You're going to be thrilled you did. I'll see you in that video. Good luck getting clients as a young lawyer. I want to help you. Go watch that video right now.